Hi everyone. So today I am going to talk about another interesting topic in JavaScript that is called debouncing. It's basically a programming practice through which we control any function that how many times it should execute. So why we should control a function, right? And what is use of debouncing, right? So we will discuss today that thing within 3 to 4 minutes. So suppose there is any function and we don't want that function to call itself very frequent. Why do we don't want that function to call itself very frequent? We will discuss later. But suppose we don't want to call that function very often because it's very expensive operation to call that function, right? And if we call it frequently, then it will halt the you know a kind of performance of our browser, and it will affect the overall performance of our product, right? So we don't want that function to call itself very frequently, right? So what we use in that for that thing we use a debouncer function. And what does the debouncer function do? That it takes our the function which we have to call, and it takes another parameter that is delay in millisecond, right? And suppose if by pressing any key that function is supposed to invoke. So if that key is pressed and another key is not pressed within the delay which we have provided, then that function will execute. But suppose before the ending of that delay, if we press another key, then it will reset the delay and it will set a fresh timer, right? So in this way, we are ensuring that we don't end up calling that function again and again within that delay, right? We want that function to execute after a certain time. And why we want that, let me tell you, right? So suppose there is a movie website in which we can search any movies, right? Or we can search any particular song, right? And suppose we want to search triple R. Suppose there is a movie triple R, we want to search triple R. So in that process we will type R key 3 times. We will type R key 3 times, and we are very sure that we don't want result for movie starting with R or movie who have 2R, but we want the movie whose name is 3R, means triple R, right? So it will be very useless and very uh, uh, kind of it will not be appropriate the browser to show us the result for R or double R, right? We are very sure that we want result for triple R. So why make the API calls and why make such expensive operations for R and double R? We are very sure that we want movies, we want result for triple R only. Then why browser should make the request for R and double R? So in that process, by debouncing, we ensure that if certain key is pressed within that time which we have within that delay which we have set for execution on a function, then that function will not execute, right? So once we have end up typing triple R, and we have end up typing triple R, and there is some time passed after typing the triple R, then that function will execute, right? After delay that function will execute. So in that way we ensure that we don't stop calling API or medium through which our data is coming multiple times. So we want to uh, call that function only how, that many times that we want, right? So this is called debouncing, and it saves a lot of our time, and it boosts the performance of our website or product, our app, in very efficient manner. So that is all about debouncing, and tomorrow we will again meet with any interesting topic of JavaScript. Thank you for your time.